we have need for food, need for variety, need for all the other things. Sexual needs as well. Sexual needs are not bare at all. And if you have some sexual desires that you find very what do we say, like what there's a word for it, that you feel like are not right and inappropriate, then you gotta not inappropriate is not the right word. If you have sexual desires, they can be met in a right way, all of them, okay? And if you have dark sexual desires, like, oh my god, having a sex with a dead body, having a sex with an animal, or like with somebody who's not ready to, forceful sex and all of that, see, in the fantasy it's okay, but in real life some things are not okay. So you gotta pray for the highest good. It's a very dark thing, that not a dark thing, but a thing that does happen in this world, but nobody wants to talk about it. But we have to shed the light on the darkness. I was so scared to talk about all these things, but this is important. I also learned that the people who have sex with children, it's because they are desiring to connect with their innocence. That is why you can be sexually attracted to them. Why in the first place do you think something turns you sexually on? I'm going to make a detailed video on it because it's important. So I would say that whenever I see a women who's like wearing something really nice, which is flaunting her breasts, and like she's looking super sexy, that would turn me on, because that was my desire also. So when that turn on that we feel in our body, it's not that we want to have like intimate connection with that thing, but it's like the alignment of our desire. When I see someone like yesterday I was watching this person's video, like it came on my feed, I will not say his name, and he is like partying, kissing ladies and like uploading it, and then I observed like this sensation in my body of turn on, and I was like, why am I like turned on by that? Because I was not because I want to have like any kind of, or I connect with whatever it is doing. In fact, I could see like low self-worth. Lot of people, you will also see, oh my god, this video was about that and it turned out to be this, but it's my commitment that I will let God lead me. So if God is wanting me to talk about it, it's okay, so anyway, where was I? Yeah, a lot of times the strippers, the like people who are too like drinking and doing all these crappy things, they have low self-esteem, low self-worth. They are not connected to themselves. That's why you can do something so harmful. You can have sex with multiple people because you are numbing yourself, okay? And yeah, God is guiding me to speak about something else as well, but I feel like it's not the right time and I don't feel ready to talk about it right now. So I'm not going to, but I will address that thing in some other video later on, definitely. Anyway, but when I saw that video, and I know like that's coming from the people whatever they are doing is doing it from a low self-worth state and things like that. But why did I felt that sensation of like turn on while watching that? When I like sat with it, it's because that the people in it, they are just letting themselves enjoy even their bad aspects, even the things that and they are like enjoying being seen. It's like a small child when they are doing something notorious and you're watching them, they find like silent enjoyment in it, like, see mommy, I'm doing it, like that, so that kind of energy, like when those guys, like the people that like the reel that I saw, they were doing those things, and I was like, so that was that kind, they were enjoying it. But in my life I never had that freedom to make mistakes, like even to, like, if I spill a glass of water, there was like harsh consequences of that, So I always lived in eggshells, always very scared, very like I have to be right and all of that. So for me to be able to make mess, to be able to create, like, go bad, go wrong, it feels very empowering, and it manifests. I can take it as a turn on, but it does not mean that I want to do those things that I'm seeing. It's not like, okay, I want to have like any kind of relationship with person that I'm seeing or things like that. No, but then sometimes you, instead of like acting on your turn on, try to reflect on them without judging it as good or bad. Okay. And like I have this another video on like about sexual fantasies. I need to make more videos about sex and all of that, because I think it would be very empowering to everybody. But anyway, even your sexual desires, please ask God for guidance. God does not care. God does not think like sex is bad. In fact, that's the powerful thing that God blessed us with, to create. A lot of times, in other videos I have shared this, but I'm sharing it again, that when I'm like feeling turned on, and instead of actually like ejaculating, and not ejaculating would not be the word, actually orgasming, but ejaculating is used for men, oh my god. Anyway, so instead of actually orgasming, but I know that orgasm is certain, I would just set an intention that I intend to grow deeply in connection with God and things like that. I'd set like good intention. So sex is not bad, and we can also use sex for pleasure. But it's the same thing when we are doing something for pleasure in like right amount, and when we are something doing to numb our emotions. We have to keep checking ourselves consciously. We have to keep saying a prayer that God, only in the highest way, the way which is in the highest good and the highest health of all of us, of me. And you gotta ask this to God. You can also ask to some wise people, but also create that connection with God, and then God will guide you to the right people. But the thing is, sometimes something that is empowering for you will be disempowering for other person. Sometimes something which is healthy for you may be unhealthy for other people. So this discernment is very important. But how do we learn to discern? Is through prayer. Sometimes we just know it, but we have been doubted to like know. Like for example, when I was very little, my uncle fed me the chicken, and I know that it is not right, it is inappropriate, it's wrong. Like eating something that I ate is wrong, but he kept feeding me even if I was crying. So then, and in these small things, we start to doubt our intuition. We start to doubt what we know. As child, we were aware like, hey, we don't want to touch that person. We don't want to do that. We don't want to people please and say namaste to all relatives and things like that. But we were forced to do that thing. Now we start to become that person that constantly go against our highest good, So wow, it's a amazing video. I love it. I hope you love it too. And it would be my absolute honor to support you on your journey. If you'd like to book a one-on-one session with me, link is in the description, in order to dive deep into your fears, into your anxieties, to have a safe space to share your traumas and move through them for intuitive guidance, clarity on next step. I would love to be there and to guide you, to hold safe space for you. And in order to invite good energies into your life, you can also check out my magic paintings. When you keep my magic paintings around in your home space, in your office space, it brings so much of good energy. You can also gift it to your loved ones. I have 4 magic paintings. Number 1, I am safe, I am supported, which is going to help you. If you grew up in emotionally abusive home, you went through a lot of sexual abuse and trauma, and you were surrounded by emotionally immature people that damaged your self-esteem, this painting is gonna bring so much of self-loving energies into your life. Another painting that I have is taking a leap of faith on myself, and also another one which is I owe nothing to anybody. These 2 paintings are going to be pushing forward you into like taking bigger leaps and push you into like fully going into all on your passion. It's gonna bring so much of courageous, confident energy, like they are magic, super powerful. Another painting I have is God's peace, cause prosperity, effortlessly flowing in every area of my life. It's gonna like bring the energy of things happening on its own for you, like, you know, material